Hey, I'm Owen,
And I'm Collin.
and we're from TC Blitzball.
So today we will be doing a team announcement for the 2025 season as well as a little mock draft, but not before we talk about the evolution of our YouTube channel and our plans for the tournament games this upcoming season. And then to finish it off, we'll play a little game of trivia.
Sounds like a plan. So, first
Sounds like
up,
a plan.
just the YouTube evolution.
Yeah. Um, I think when we started, we were just mainly doing like long form videos, right? So
Yeah, the first video was just that one game we were able to get done, the Mallards versus Lumberjacks, 2v2. It was just our way to just kind of get the YouTube channel, get the ball rolling. And then we did the tournament, and with the tournament came just shorts because we just found clips and stuff and whatnot. That's my opening statement.
yeah. And then we started doing shorts and Instagram reels on Instagram. So, and that actually like really expanded. Like that second the second short we posted, we did that like which curveball is the nastiest thing.
Oh,
You
that
remember
was
that? Yeah.
yeah. It was just like we thought of a video idea and like why not? We need ideas.
8K views.
8,000
Not
views.
bad. Not bad at all.
So that gave us the confidence to keep going.
Yeah. So we start posting more shorts. Eventually we get one with 16K, then we get one with another one with 8K, 24K, 12K. We got some high numbers, and we're like, yeah, why don't we just keep doing this thing? Grow our channel.
Yeah. And kept, playing games as much as we could, just going to the field, recording clips, just making shorts, every idea we'd get. I ended up posting our video submission. Didn't win a prize, unfortunately. Hopefully next year.
Yeah, next year hopefully we can
Uh, we kind of we
have
kind
more clips or
of
something.
planned
I
a
don't know.
video this winter. We were looking for ways to get back out there and just get some content. Our only way of getting content are these podcasts, but
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be able to get back out there soon. It's starting to warm up, but I do expect a cold fall soon because Minnesota. You know what Minnesota's like.
Yeah. Yesterday was an opportunity. It was like 50
It was like
degrees
50
out.
degrees
It's insane.
January.
Yeah. Do you want to just mention real quick? Because I don't think we've mentioned this at all before. Uh, the day we went out and filmed all those mic'd up at bats.
Oh, I do remember that.
So
So yeah, we
yeah,
just me was it you, me, and Leon?
it's just me and you, I think.
Yeah. So I brought my half pencil bat because I hadn't finished it yet. So I was making a pencil bat, but I ran out of or pink and black tape. So it was a yellow bat with two green stripes. It didn't have an eraser or a lead tip, so it was a half pencil bat. We brought that
Mhm.
out. What else did we bring? We brought
Literally every ball we could find,
every
basically.
ball we could think of. We brought our mics, and we just like this is just another way of nobody else could show up for a game, so we just went to the field just to record content.
That was
We
that that was the best investment in TC Blitzball history. The $8 microphones.
$8 microphones from Amazon. I also made a hat full of like mic'd up at bat games, kind of We Got Ice style. So like the bat is the ball, the batter's the strike zone, but you weren't supposed to tell them. Um, and just a bunch of other crazy stuff. That ended up getting us at least 5, 6 shorts. So like almost a month's worth of videos just from that, and even a couple of great pitches that made it into the video contest video.
Yeah. And then we went a hole, and I didn't even realize this, but this was not good. And I didn't even realize it, but we went 41 days without posting a short until we posted that unreleased tournament game one a few days ago.
See, that's just not good. We just cannot be doing.
41 days.
How do you know how many views that video got?
The most recent one,
Yeah.
511 so far. So, I
So
mean, pretty solid
not
actually for a
pretty
podcast short.
solid. Not up like the 8,000s, but that's all right. At least
Yeah.
it didn't hurt us too very much.
I mean,
It's not nine like some of our other ones.
it got more views than like Leo's walk-off homer. So,
Yeah. Good. All right. I mean, that's all I got.
all right, Owen, do you want to talk about the tournament plans?
Yeah. I mean, I think we're getting close to that level where we'd be able to compete at some of the tournaments. I mean, me, Colin, and Leon, we've all been playing for a couple of years at this point. starting to. We're all getting stronger. We're all able to hit pretty well, especially with the baseball guys. They're getting good at baseball. So we're just hoping to. We're talking about like the actual tournaments, right? Not
Yeah.
okay. Good. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hoping to get to as many tournaments as we can. We're it's definitely going to be me, Colin, Leon, and most likely Drew will be our fourth. Hoping to get to hopefully Swisher and maybe Little Cubs Field if we're able to. Just whichever one of those works out scheduling wise.
Little Cubs Field would be sick.
That'd be so cool.
That's
I mean,
that's
any
a
tournament would be cool. That's just on the top of the bucket
yeah,
list.
that's a nice field. Like actual nice.
In my eyes, I'm willing to go whatever tournament works for everybody,
Yeah.
just to get there. I don't know how everybody else feels about that, but that's just what I'm thinking.
I just don't want to go to Gainesville because that's pretty far away.
We would definitely have to fly. I mean, we'd
Yeah.
probably have to fly to like Missouri as well. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's just a little while in the car.
Mm-hmm. Which is not bad. We can do some film watching.
We sure can. We can watch some film on the other leagues.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter how we do. We just kind of want to get there, meet some people, start to make some friends with the other Blitzball league, hang out for a day, play Blitzball. I mean, that would just be fun.
Yeah.
And
if we do well, we do well.
Exactly. If we don't do well, then we just get better and we come back next time and do better.
I think it's something inspiring is for like a smaller league like us and going into a tournament is how Montezuma did against Como.
Oh yeah,
in that one game they went to like extra innings, 4 extra innings.
Many of them.
Yes, and that Como's the best of the best, I guess you could say.
And they were up 4-1 at one point going into the last inning.
Yeah. So
that's just that's
anything's
really
possible.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You want to move on to the next topic?
Next topic: teams and a mock draft.
Teams.
So
we have one team.
One team stays.
One team stays. Two new
teams. Have one owner that stays but rebrands, and one brand new owner, brand new franchise.
Yes.
Collin announced the one that'll stay.
All right. The team that will stay for 2025 is the drum roll. No, we don't need that. It's the Lumberjacks. It's Owen's team.
I'm staying.
I think it's a good franchise.
I'm a fan of it. I'm quite the fan.
Then on the other side, we got the poverty franchise of Leon.
Leon's team. He will be rebranding to
the Blizzard.
The Blizzard.
And
especially for Minnesota, it's great branding.
Yeah.
And the brand new franchise.
We haven't even told Leon about that yet, so
it's fine. He just got without
us like it. Poverty franchise though.
No worries. And the third and final team for the 2025 season
that will be the Scorpions.
The Scorpions. Owned and captained by Collin.
Yeah, that will be captained by me for the first time. I'm excited for that.
The Scorpions, the Lumberjacks, and the Blizzard all making their appearances in 2025. So the draft is going to work like this. Collin as the 3 seed, Leon as the 2 seed, and myself as the 1 seed. Since Collin is the lowest of the 3 seeds in the lottery to determine the draft picks, he will have the most amount of picks, or the most amount of bids, so the highest probability of getting the number 1 seed. Leon will have the second amount, and I will have the last. We're probably thinking there's going to be 6 total bids. Collin will get 3 of them, Leon will get 2, and I will get 1. So just for the sake of probability, for our mock draft, Collin will get the first pick, Leon will have the second, and I will have the third. And on the spot, Collin's going to make a rule right now. Is it snake draft, or is it just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
I think based off of the drop-off of talent in our league, I think actually the number 2 and 3 seed would get an advantage from snake draft.
Yeah.
Because, 3 seed can get, 2 pretty solid players, and then once you get back to the 6th pick, it's you'll get He's an okay player, but
Yeah,
I think we do linear.
we're doing a linear draft.
Do you agree with that?
I
Is that all
do
right
agree
with
with
you?
that. So the first pick will be Colin's, the second pick will be Leon's, third pick will be mine, fourth pick will be back to Colin, then Leon, then me, and continuing on until we run out of players.
That sounds good.
So without further ado, the first pick of the mock draft, Colin, take it away.
With the first overall pick of the mock draft, I will be selecting Will. I mean, it's come on.
Assuming Will Wittenberg, Will W.
Yeah. I
There are
mean,
two Wills in the league.
yeah, two Wills. We are or I would be taking the Will that you guys have seen.
Big tall Will.
Big tall Will.
Not seen much of the other Will.
Yeah.
He's a great hitter. He's a great baseball player. I think that is a good choice.
And yeah, I
He's
just
a
don't want to
player
risk
that's going to show up a lot.
what?
He is a player that's going to be able to show up to a lot of games.
Yeah, that's very true. And I mean, if we get more positive growth with the news about Drew and his injury, I'd consider taking him more. But I think the chemistry and the overall blitzball translation from Will is a little better. So I'd be taking
I
him.
agree with you there. So Leon will have the next pick. He's not with us in the call today, but
I think we know who he would take probably.
you know, I feel like there's definitely two or three, but I feel like there's one that definitely stands out, and I think we're definitely on the same page about it.
Yeah,
Colin, who's he taking?
he's taking Drew.
He's definitely taking Mr. Drew.
I mean, Drew. If Drew falls to 3, that's insane because he's the number 4 ranked player. So
Yeah, he's a very good player.
you can't really let him fall that far. So
I mean, the only reason is if he stays injured, but unless he like goes and hurts himself again, he's coming off the IR here soon in the coming weeks. So
yeah.
yeah,
And as of recording this, tomorrow is the first day of February. So we are getting into like spring training season for the actual MLB. That hypes me up a little.
we are
Baseball season is coming soon.
absolutely.
All right. What is your pick, Owen, for the third pick?
My pick, number 3. We get here and there's just like I feel like Will and Drew are just clearly the top 2 picks.
Yeah, I agree.
And after here, it's just really tough to make a good decision. It's going to be, depending on who gets the third pick, it's really going to be who would just pair up well with whoever has the third pick. So for me, I'm more of a pitcher than a hitter. So a Noah type guy for me would be the very good hitter, but his pitching just like isn't as great. He's just such a good hitter that like his pitching almost doesn't matter. So that's kind of like my mentality here. But if you find somebody more like Leon, who's much more balanced, or Colin, who's much more balanced, it's just going to be who you want and who you're going to be able to find in the later rounds. So I think there's about 2 players I'm deciding between. But for me, I think Noah is my third pick, or my first round pick 3, just because he's such a good hitter and his pitching, he'll get there eventually. So I just think he'll be much of a better match for me here in the first round than a couple of the other players.
Yeah, I like that pick. All right. So it's back to me, right?
Back
So
to you
for
for
linear,
the first round of the second pick.
I was thinking because you were saying you were in between 2 people, and I was like, yeah, just take them both. But I forgot we're doing linear.
Yeah, you're up next.
So this is a lot more interesting for me, at least, because I haven't really thought about this. But I'm also in between 2 people right now. I think you could maybe think of who they are.
I know. I think I know who they are.
And one of them, I think, is better for the chemistry because, I mean, I've known him for a while, and
You're good friends with them.
yeah, he's a pretty solid player, and I think
We haven't seen much of him though.
we haven't seen much of him, but he's a pretty solid player, and I think he'd go good on my team. I just don't know if he'd fall to the third round.
Yeah,
And there's another player who I don't really know very well at all, but he's definitely probably got the best skill that we've seen proven in this league so far out of the players remaining.
and I think if I'm on the same page as you, this is the player I'd like to get with my second round pick. So who are you
I think
picking?
Yeah, I think I know exactly who you want to get with your second round pick. And you're the type of guy who could teach him some pretty gross pitches, I feel like. He hasn't really gotten the opportunity to learn some of those yet.
Yeah,
So I believe with my fourth pick, or with the fourth pick, I'm going to select Christopher.
that is exactly who I wanted.
Yep, I thought so.
Yeah. So Colin's team is Will Wittenberg and Christopher. On to Leon with his second round pick, fifth overall.
I mean,
There's a lot of options.
there's options that he could pick, but I think
Knowing him, I feel like he'd probably go with more of just like a friend approach, but he could find some potential in one of these
I
guys that we haven't seen.
noticed if you look at the first draft that we did, the first draft, I think he did go more for team chemistry than he did for pure skill.
I agree with that.
Like, honestly, he could have definitely taken Drew over me, but and I don't know, the chemistry is probably similar for both of us,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Who are you thinking he's going to take?
I think he's taking Cooper,
I agree.
and the people listening to this probably have no clue who he is. So, do you want to
He
give a little rundown, Owen?
very athletic guy. He doesn't look very athletic on the outside, but on the inside, he's a fast guy. He's got hops. He's a track and field guy. He plays baseball. Definitely not the worst baseball player I've seen in my life. He would be able to learn to pitch pretty well, and I think hitting he'd be able to catch on to. So, and Leon and Cooper, they're pretty good friends. So I definitely think that's a good spot for Leon to go with Coop.
All right,
Now me,
Owen, who you taking? Sixth
back
pick.
to me. There's a couple guys. Like I said, for my last pick and for every other pick I've tried explaining. I need right now. I have great pitching, great hitting, and on the other side, hitting and pitching. So I'd like to find like kind of a more balanced player. I think I'm between a couple guys, but the one of these people I have a feeling is going to fall a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take Tate.
Wow, really?
Yes, really. I was between pretty much every player left on the board. I think I see the brighter side in Tate here, and he's one of the players that I don't really want to have to play against, and he's a player I think I could teach how to play pretty well, and he's also a player I think I could get to come out to a lot of games. So
All right.
Tate, we haven't seen him at all. I've never seen him play blitzball.
Me neither.
He's a soccer player. Used to play baseball.
He did.
Oh,
Did he?
I think he did for a season
Oh,
or two.
okay. I mean, basically everybody played
Yeah,
baseball.
every
So,
pretty much everybody in this league has played baseball.
but
All
I
right.
mean, I did not think you were gonna pick Tate, but I mean that's a solid choice because he's an athletic guy, and
Yeah, I just don't
it's
know
a
who else to go
it's a
with there.
little bit of a gamble, but
It is.
it could definitely pay off.
All right, back to you.
All right, this is an easy decision for me.
Absolutely.
I did not think he was gonna fall to the third round, but Jonah,
Absolutely.
welcome to the squad with my third round pick.
That's that is the right pick in my eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
And Jonah is a guy who actually, well, he'll show up to a lot of games you've mentioned,
Yeah,
and he's a guy who actually plays baseball, unlike
absolutely.
Tate. So
And he's a guy. He lives real close to the field that we play at. So he's a guy that even when me and Colin just to go hit around, he might show up and just practice with us for a little bit. So
yeah,
a
I
very
think there's
developed player, lots of potential.
I think there's always like a little chance too that he could end up being the fourth guy because he's somebody who for a tournament. But I think we
But
would go with Drew. But if like Drew
the
couldn't
moment,
come,
but if Drew can come, Jonah would be either the fifth or sixth option depending on who we can find.
yeah,
Down to Leon. Leon.
I think I know who he's picking
Players
here.
left on the board, by the way, at the moment are the other Will and Leo.
Is that it?
That's it.
All
And then
right, so I
down
think
to
I
me.
know who. I think I
Yeah,
know who
I know
Leon's
exactly.
picking.
This isn't even a coin flip.
Yeah.
I mean, this is either it lands on both sides or it lands standing straight up.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a team chemistry move. We don't actually probably know who the two people out of here left are the better player, but for
Oh, I know who
chemistry,
that one is, but team chemistry wise,
chemistry wise,
he's taking
Leo
me
and Leon are pretty good friends. So I mean,
about the same height. Their names sound the same.
yep. Good way of saying it.
Not in a good way, by the way. They're both hardly 5 foot.
Yeah.
I'd guess sixth grade.
All right. So your
To me,
last pick is
last
gonna have
pick,
to be
Will M. He is. We've seen him play one time in a game that got recorded, but first ever game we were just learning how to record.
yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't really get to see much of him. He was a decent hitter. Pitching was definitely there at towards the end once he started to get the hang of it. So, yeah.
I actually believe I have heard that he is going to play baseball this upcoming year. So
It. I also was at his house one time for a birthday party after a hockey game, and there was a blitzball bat and a blitzball sitting inside of his living room.
ho, 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 ho. Well.
His mom picked it up from the store that day.
Really?
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. So Will, since you guys haven't seen him, he's a hockey player, football player.
pretty much every sport you can think of. He's got
And
a.
he's gonna play baseball. So
Yeah, now he's gonna play baseball.
yeah.
That's all we got for that.
All right. That is
Oh,
all we got for that.
final segment, trivia.
Yeah. And actually, real quick, I want to mention this because I just found this earlier. So before we get to trivia, I just want to mention this real quick. I found a Google sheet from April 22nd, 2021. All right. Of my percentages of blitzball pitches that I throw.
Oh,
And it is a very interesting sheet. I'm just going to go through it real quick. I said that 42% of the time I throw fastballs.
okay.
Uh,
I'd say that's pretty true.
26% of the time I throw slide drop balls.
I'd say that's
I
down a
don't,
little bit now.
I don't really know. I mean, yeah, I haven't
I
really
think that's
thrown
your
that one.
slurf. That's got to be your slurf now.
All right, yeah, I don't know what this pitch is, but apparently 12% of the time I throw a power ball. So I think that's made up.
Got to be made up.
And then 10% of the time a super curve.
Oh,
4% of the time a riser.
oh,
3% of it. What does that say? 3% of the time a finger ball.
a finger ball.
All right. And 2.5% I'm just getting really exact here. 2.5% of the time I throw a knuckleball. I don't even currently
That's 1 in every 50 pitches.
currently I don't even know how to throw a knuckleball, so I don't know how I knew how to
I think
back
I've
then.
thrown him in a game twice, and they were both home runs.
Yep, probably. I remember hitting one for homer.
Yeah, you do.
And then 0.4% of the time I threw an ephus.
1 in every 200 pitches.
And then bear with me here, 0.000000003% of the time I threw an intentional wilder.
That is 1 in every 100,000 pitches.
Actually, this might be true because this year I threw an intentional wilder with quotation marks.
Oh, in the full at bat in the tournament game when you had 4 balls.
Yes, I did. I threw that pitch. So this is true.
That is true.
This is a true fact. All right, you ready for the trivia?
I'm ready for the trivia. Colin make up a couple questions, and he's just going to go ahead and give them to me.
All right. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 questions. All right.
Let's begin.
And it's gonna start off really easy. So this is the easy question. What is the only walk-off homer that was recorded this year? Who hit it?
That would have been Leo in the championship game of the first tournament.
That would be correct. Don't love talking about that one, but it's a trivia question.
You gave it up.
Yeah. All right. Owen, now it's gonna get a little harder. Who are the 4 people you drafted in the original draft, and in what order?
First, I had Noah. Second, I had Christopher. Third, I had Cooper.
What?
That I drafted?
Yeah,
It had to be Noah first. Or is that not right?
that's not right. Who was your first round pick in that original first ever draft we did?
Oh, it's Drew. I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
it's Drew.
Oh boy. Wow, I'm an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Then it had to be Noah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
then
correct.
Christopher.
Nope. You did not have Christopher on your team.
Oh, Leon did. Then was
Yeah.
it Cooper?
Yep.
Then Wyatt.
That is correct.
There it is.
All right. What was the final score of the Mallards versus Lumberjacks again?
14-8.
That was quick. Wow. All
I know I
right.
scored 14 points,
All right.
but we had to win by 6 because it didn't end in more. It ended in 2 outs.
All right. This is gonna be a tough one.
All right.
So, when we had like tons of people signing up for this, on the sign up sheet, everybody had to put their number out of 10 for their Blitzball experience and their summertime availability.
Yeah.
What did you put for your experience number, and what did you put for your availability without looking?
Good God, what the heck? My Blitzball experience, I would have put a 9.
That is correct.
Wow, good pull.
What did you put?
Summertime availability, I put a 7.
Oh, you're really close.
6?
Yeah, you put a 6.
Dang, half point.
Half point. All right. 2 questions left.
2 to go.
What are the total amount of runs scored in the first tournament?
Okay, I got to go through this. 5 games were played. The first game would have been Leon and Collin taking on Drew and Will. The score was 2-0, so there's 2. The second game was me and Leo versus, I think, Drew and Will, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was, I think that had to be right. And that score was, I think, 1-0. Don't even correct me. I'm just thinking this through. So there's 3 runs. Next game was me versus my team versus Leon and Colin's team. The score of that.
And just so you know, on this free Google Meet or Zoom meeting, we have 1 minute and 50 seconds left. So, gotta
Okay,
go.
I best get thinking.
Right.
After that, I think I'm just gonna guess the score was 3-0. That's 6. Semifinal game I know was 2-0. There's 8, and the championship game was 1-0. Final answer, 7.
What? How do you have 8 in total, then added 1 and you got 7?
Final answer, 9.
All right, you were correct. It's 9, but you got that.
Bang!
But you got it
next
wrong.
question.
because the first game, Drew and ours, it was 4-0 because there's a triple, bases clean triple.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but you somehow ended up with 9 anyway. All right, last question.
Gotta go quick.
Who are the 5 players who had homers at any point this year?
Owen, Collin, Leon, Leo. Oh, who's the last one?
you just rip?
I did not.
Okay.
But now I lost my train of thought. Wyatt!
Yes, it is Wyatt.
Bang!
And how many homers did each of these people have? Exactly.
I had 6. I had the same amount as I had 9. I had 7. Collin had 7. Leon had 3. Wyatt had 1. Leo had 1.
Bang. That is correct.
Was that correct?
That is correct.
Game.
Actually, I believe
yes.
on the stat sheet it says that I have 7, but I think I actually only had 6, if I'm being honest. So I don't know. You I think you got it right.
I'm gross. That's all I can say.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning into this podcast. I hope you enjoyed. Tell us if you want more of these.
Have a nice night.